Well, hello there. Welcome to journal number 18. No, I said I wanted a ham sandwich, not tuna. That's right, everyone. We've come to the end. We've reached the end of the road. There's nothing left. Go home. I'm just pulling your leg. We've got a mystery to solve. As we come to the end of our investigation, I make my preparations to jump into the future. 2024, here I come, baby! But as this is potentially the end, I feel like we haven't had a good talk in a long time. So before I go, I'd like to leave you with some advice. And that advice is as follows. Never store dollar bills under your penis. The cashiers don't like it when you reach down your pants. You don't want to eat the blue. The purple is great. The green will kill you. Apple, can you hear me? Sometimes the sky just be that color. I take 17 different kinds of pills and not one of them gets my dick hard. Never go into the back of a gas station and start mixing all the chemicals in the sink. You gotta boogie, son. If you're gonna eat some pickles, do it like Grandpa. 12 at a time, all at once. Do not eat bananas on a swing set while wearing a fake beard. You know, now that I think of it, this one time I was in a bar in Nevada, and this man walks up to me and he says, "Hey, brother, you got some change?" And I said, "I don't carry money." And he said, "What are you doing at the bar then?" And I said, "Don't ask me questions. Get lost, you motherfucker." I got punched in the face. If you're gonna pee in the street, make sure the cops aren't watching, because they will throw you in jail when you pee on their shoes. And then they will mercilessly beat you when you pee on the floor of your cell, during which time you will urinate even more all over those cops. And secretly, at least 4 of them are gonna love it. Never bring a knife to a gunfight. Are you the big spoon or the little spoon? The cow jumped over the moon. Do not follow suit with the cow. Right then, let's get down to business and review the clues. Yes, let's review the timeline. First, Grandpa escapes from the nursing home on September 3rd, 2024. Grandpa shouldn't have eaten 20 fish sticks. Next, Grandpa runs into our first suspect, Big Bald Ben, minding his own business when Old Man Bungalow comes by and destroys his flowers, giving us motive for murder. Moving on, we find Grandpa in Pixie Post's kitchen, where they share a cup of tea, and he runs on his way, seemingly with newfound purpose. After this, we run into none other than DOC Capital Doc, questioning what the fuck's going on as Old Man Bungalow sends his AI brother back to hell. Fleeing the scene, he leaves us with this important message. These lucky charms don't glitter like the pond, but the jazz is sweet, and the food is hot like dust turned to mud in your mouth. He moves on to Doc Griffin, our old friend, who sits down and has a cup of tea with Grandpa. Frantic, he steals the fucking golf cart and runs off into the day, leaving behind the note written in mayonnaise. Motivation steals the heart for when the music starts. The soul can only stretch so far, but we must be brave. Cut to the backyard of none other than Keegan Clark, finding Grandpa stomping on ants, asking him why. He gets the response, "Gotta stomp." Dragging Grandpa off the property, he catches his pants on the fence, and Grandpa runs away, dick swinging in the breeze. He screams, "Timmy is in the well." Mere hours later, Insomniac encounters Old Man Bungalow at a football game all the way across the country. He's left with the message, "All we've made will turn to dust. The magic of the post-human era will be revealed. The end can be found at the beginning." Then, some stuff happens. Grandpa runs around in a Santa suit, hosts Cindy Boom, goes fishing, blah. And we find ourselves coming to Uggy. And yes, that is a euphemism. You all know the story. Uggy's trying to do his thing. Baseball through the window. Old Man Bungalow and kids outside. Uggy comes out, throws him to the ground by accident, and Grandpa basically turns into a carrot and a fat kid eats him. That, however, doesn't seem important. Let's move on. Cut to D-Money in the car, driving by to get his bags of milk, baby. He's so obsessed, he can't stop seeing Grandpa and causes a wreck. What a freak! Then there's a whole thing with a golf cart and a lake in Minnesota. Again, not important. Moving on. At the hardware store, building that wizard ship, Wizard Gunlock, two-time Star Wars champion and the People's Champ, bumps into none other than Old Man Bungalow. Very confused, he tries to help, but Grandpa only says the fairies just keep on giving. But Grandpa is wise to their schemes. These charms ain't for kids. I ain't going for silver, baby, only number one. Then Grandpa gets hit by a truck and disappears. Which brings us to 3 weeks before his death, Grandpa knocked on Hostie's door. Only the host opened the door, let Grandpa in to use the restroom, and Grandpa devoured all his lemons, fought his dog, lost, and ran away into the night. And that brings us to April 1st, 2025, the day Grandpa died. And there you have it. All the evidence laid bare for your eyes to witness, even though I didn't make any graphics. And with this evidence, we're still left with a lot of questions, mainly who killed Grandpa? I believe the answer is in the messages left behind. First we have, these lucky charms don't glitter like the pond, but the jazz is sweet and the food is hot like dust, turned to mud in your mouth. Next we have, motivation steals the heart for when the music starts. The soul can only stretch so far, but we must be brave. Then we have Grandpa telling Keegan he's gotta stomp and yelling that Timmy is in the well. Hours after encountering Keegan, Grandpa encounters Insomniac at a football game and leaves him with the following message. All we've made will turn to dust. The magic of the post-human era will be revealed. The end can be found at the beginning. Lastly, we have his message to Wizard. The fairies just keep on giving, but Grandpa is wise to their scheme. These charms ain't for kids. I ain't going for silver, baby, only number one. And with all this in mind, I find myself left with the following suspects. First, Big Bald Ben, in retaliation for the destruction of his beautiful flowers. Next, Doc Griffin, in retaliation for the theft of his beautiful golf cart. Next, Keegan Clark, in retaliation for having to see Grandpa's wrinkled old dick. Then we have James Clismic Stella, who could have killed Grandpa for a whole lot of reasons, honestly. Then we have D-Money, in retaliation for making him wreck his car and scaring a little girl half to death. Then we have None other than Grandpa himself, because it seems like there were a whole lot of them, and they all had different motives. And lastly, we have Beans and Rat King, who buried my body in the woods after I explicitly said, "Don't fucking bury Grandpa in a hole." But I still don't know who killed Grandpa. We'll have to use our thinking muscle. That's it. I understand now. It all makes sense. It's been there all along. The answers have been right in front of my face. The one who killed Grandpa was none other than Pixie Post. Yes, it all makes sense now. Pixie is the murderer. She must have poisoned his tea when they had that meeting in her kitchen that fateful night. But how? How will I entice her to do the dark deed? That's it. I have it. That's the answer. The charms mentioned in the messages. We're talking about number 1, baby. Not number 2, not silver. We're talking about Grandpa's stashes of hidden gold. Which, if you know your Grandpa lore, you'll know I keep my gold under the floor and out at sea. I'm finally ready to go into the future and set in motion these events to prevent time travel, just as Prime Bungalow instructed me to do. So with wishes goodbye, I just want you all to know that Grandpa loves you, and I want you to have a good life. Don't mourn me. Move on. Get out of here. I mean, I wasn't that important. I'm just the guy that, saved the fucking timeline, saved the fucking multiverse. Whatever, fuck you, I'm out of here. It's done. It's over. Grandpa is dead. I'm dead. I killed myself. What the fuck? I didn't think it would feel this weird. I didn't think it would be this uncomfortable. But I didn't just kill one grandpa, no. I killed many grandpas. You see, I teleported into the future, fell out of the sky, and landed in Big Bald Ben's garden on September 28th, 2024. It was me. I was the one that destroyed his flowers. From there, I went down the timeline, following the events to make sure they went as planned, and preventing other bungalows from other timelines from seeping through the seams and upsetting the natural order. I killed the bungalow at the game Insomniac met. I killed the bungalow fishing in Nevada. I used dark magic to turn Bungalow into a carrot which a fat kid ate. That's not important. What is important is that I drove a truck into Grandpa outside the hardware store right in front of Wizard. It was me. It was me all along. I, Grandpa Bungalow, am the harbinger of death. But now what do? I'm stuck here with the secrets of time travel in my mind. Do I continue to travel? Do I hide the secrets forever? What do I do? I'm at quite a loss for... Oh, it's you. We did it. We killed Grandpa. What are you doing? Right now. It's over. It's finally finally over. My mistake rectified. No one will ever discover time travel again. Yes, yes. Past Bungalow did a good job. But what he didn't know was Pixie Post did not murder Grandpa. It was all a misdirect. The real murderer was Doc Griffin. That's right, Doc Griffin killed Grandpa. He poisoned his tea, and Grandpa became violently ill. And while Old Man Bungalow from the past thought he was paying Pixie Post in real gold, what he gave her was chocolate coins wrapped in gold. I paid Doc Griffin in real gold. And now it's finally done. But there's only one surefire way to ensure that no one ever discovers the secrets of time travel again. So with that, I wish to anyone watching a good evening and goodbye.